Well, good evening, folks. Welcome to VP4TV. Good afternoon, good evening to Bill and anybody else that's joining us. We're here again tonight for yet another match. The matches are dwindling, but it's another match in the Virtual 9-Ball World Championships of 2024. Now, there's only a couple of things certain tonight. The one thing that's certain is that one of these players is going home. It's either going to be MC Clarkey or Spectredawn. Welcome to Mark. And the other thing is that prior to this match starting, both of these players have still got 3 matches to win. And that sounds an awful lot that you've got to get right between now and actually winning the final. You've got to win tonight. And then you've got to sit for 24 hours in the one-loss side final, waiting to find out who you're going to have to beat in that final decider match to see who meets each other in the final. So tomorrow night you've got Albinario up against Cobra. So the main dangers for these two players tonight are battling it out tomorrow, and the loser of that match is going to play the winner of this match tonight. So it's a long road still to go for either of these two guys, but one of them is most certainly going. Yeah, Celtic did win, and I've got to say, Mark, and I'm not making this up, that was the worst Scottish Cup final I have witnessed. It was dreadful. Just give me a second, I'm just going to tab out. Well, I assume Steve said he was going to be here, but he's still not there. We've got 3 minutes to go. He'll probably have come in now that I've tabbed back out. But anyway, no, the match today, you know something? Rangers never had a clear shot and goal. The goal that they got, the Rangers player deliberately pushed the Celtic goalkeeper so he couldn't come out for the ball. So although the goal was given, the VAR confirmed that the goalie had been fouled. But neither team had a shot on goal, and the only shot on goal that was on target was in the dying seconds, where the Rangers goalkeeper parried it out. He didn't catch it, and then of course the Celtic player came in and scored the goal. It was bloody awful. I was saying that after like half an hour in the first half, and it didn't get any better. Right, I'm going to do one more tab. Oh, incidentally, of course, we have a match starting in an hour's time as well in the 2024 Cowboy World Championships. Now, Chiku was in a room, and he's still in a room. I presume he's getting some practice in. And Larry dropped in a few minutes ago. So they go ahead at 9 o'clock tonight. Slim sent me a message saying he won't be able to stream it, which won't matter to me, because that match, although it starts at 9, it could go on to after midnight, and it's very possibly it would go after midnight, and there's no way that I'll be streaming that. So anybody that wants to catch some of it will have to get in there and stay up late. So the answer to your question, Mark, is yes. Celtic did win the Scottish Cup final, but no, you don't want to see any of it. It was terrible, mind you. I saw the I was flicking back. It was that bad. I was flicking backward and forward to the FA Cup final, and Man United's second goal was a cracker. So it was a great second goal that Man U scored. Right, so one more tab. Well, we are at the top of the hour, and the room is up, and no sign of Steve in Discord. So he's either busy, or because he hasn't messaged me to say that he was coming in. I just assumed he would show up because I've had Discord open. So there's no players in the room yet. I'm going to do one more tab. Right, well, he's not there, so I'm just going to wait now until he appears in the room, and that will let me know that he's in Discord, because although I've got Discord open, I'm not in the commentary booth. So we'll wait and see. So both players in. We've got Matt on the right, and Spectredawn on the left for the lag. Now, of course, previously in that last match that Matt had, he had his game pace on. He'll need to have it on tonight and mean business if he's going to take down another tough opponent. Spectredawn, no doubt, is the favourite, but that adds a lot of pressure to Spectredawn as well. Well, I've said it's going to go hill. I beat you to that, coldest pillow. I said 13-12 earlier there to Bill, so I'm going to stick with that. I have to still choose Matt simply because he's my outside tip to win this thing. So hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. I was messing about with my mic settings. I was looking at Friday Night 9-Ball and I didn't like the level of the mic, and it had defaulted to my webcam mic again. I don't know why, but hopefully I've fixed that and hopefully it's a bit better volume wise. So Matt is in, first chance. Now, I'm pretty certain the other night there that Steve said he was intended to come to join the commentary, but maybe he's lost track of time, or maybe he's got his times mixed up. Maybe he's got that mixed up with the Larry Chiku match at 9 o'clock. But anyway, at some point he'll wake up and realise that and decide that he maybe want to come in, so we'll just look for him joining the room. But I'm not doing any more tabbing out. So of course, again, got to get high enough in this 7-ball. And Matt already looks as if he's settled into a nice touch, but there's a reason for that, because he's been in getting maybe a good hour or more's practice. I don't think that was the case with Spectredawn. I think he was in away mode. I haven't actually seen Spectredawn on an awful lot today, but then again, I haven't been sitting here all day. I've been watching the football. So good start for MC Clarkey. So again, for any latecomers, there won't be any live stream of the Cowboy match at 9 o'clock. Slim messaged me earlier on. He had an idea that he was going to do it, and now he said he won't be home in time from work. So obviously that match will start when this one is probably still on in an hour's time. And when this match is finished, I'll pop in and have a quick look and see how things are going, but then I'm off to bed. 4 o'clock in the morning again, tomorrow morning. So the push out's been played now. I'm pretty certain that this is going to be tricky if Spectredawn chooses to play it. I mean, he can get the edge of the one. The only problem is he's got to be careful if he does play this that he doesn't bump into the 8-ball, and he's trying to avoid the 8. But the problem with that is he's now bumped to 4 and left a 1 on, so everything that could go wrong with that shot has gone wrong. He changed the line of the cue ball so he wouldn't hit the 8, but the line took him straight into the 4, and well, we all know where the problem lies. It's getting good from the 2 to the 3. Now there is a path down, and it basically means avoiding the 4 ball. Now he's got to nip out behind the 8 and miss the 4, and he's well away from that. Welcome to Fast Eddie. Welcome to Run Out Rob. Well, again, for the benefit of the latecomers, I've already called it hill. Matt to win in the final rack. And this is exactly, again, the risk of repeating yourself when you're at this stage in a tournament and you get a good table, you have to be getting out, because everybody else that's left in it is going to be doing exactly that. And if you want to make your mark, you can't be wasting good opportunities. You must be on the ball 100% right out the traps. And so far, Matt's done just that. Now, this is forward and around the corner, 9 ball into the same pocket, and just let the cue ball run. You've got to let it run though. He hasn't let it run. Now you see, that is a big fail. I mean, he had all this room here. He's 2 foot short of where that cue ball should have ran to, and now he's made his life immediately difficult. So I suppose it's also a test of the nerve. And well, it's gone in, but he wants to make sure he corrects that the next time. This 1 ball thinking about going in, it didn't have the legs, and it's dry. The 7 ball's also hanging over the pocket. So Spectredawn now has a table that he's got to run out because there isn't any problem. The only problem's actually this shot right now. He can use the edge of the rail and the 1 ball just to come around the corner. And that's what he's done. You see, the only problem with it is he hasn't got it right, but he might still be okay. He actually got that a lot thinner than he thought he was going to get it, and that's why he's ended up here. Well, if you do a stub and blast this, you can blast the 2 onto the 7, but if you look at that, it is a thin cut to drop in. Oh, he's blasted that in. And he's good on the 3. Good evening to Semi-Pro. Now he's got to leave this cue ball short. And when I say short, I mean so that he's not interfering with that 6 ball. He should be fine. But now the angle he's left is either just a, baby the... See, even if you baby the 5 in, the cue ball's still leaking away. Yeah, he's going to get it around and out into the table. Sensible thing to do. Not try and be cute and do something daft. So Matt's dry break is going to result in the inevitable. And what it's done is allowed Spectredawn to get into the match and the chance to see if his break's working. Well, that's no good. This is actually a fair bit worse than how Matt left himself on that 9 ball. You can obviously have a go at the cut back bank. He's cut it in, no problem. Never a doubt. No, just get some paracetamol in you. That's my advice. If you haven't already been taking them. So Spectredawn is off and running, and 1 ball into the side, 6 ball bottom right, bump on the 2 ball there onto the 3, and I think all is good here. 3 ball goes past the 9. Well, no prizes for guessing what should be happening here. And this is going to be punishment for a dry break. Matt's done nothing wrong. And it puts the emphasis on the penalty to pay with dry breaks at this stage in the tournament, because every guy that's left will take these tables out 99.9% of the time. So the punishment can be really severe. Well, you know you're getting old. I'll be 60 in August. And I read on, and the only reason I found out, I wouldn't have found out any other way if I wasn't on Facebook, because I'm on a page for my old school, and I found out today that one of my old PE teachers passed away, and I'm thinking, well, you know, if I'm 60 now and I left school in 1980, he must have been, oh God, he must have been well into his 80s. And when everybody starts dying round about you, you know you're getting old. Well, Spectredawn has tied the game up to a piece, but I think he's dry this time. Well, I'm trying to sort of work out the age. I mean, obviously, when I left school at 15, I left in May. Now, I always know when I left. May 1980, I left. That was 3 months before my 16th birthday. And so I'm thinking what age he would be then. He may well have been, you know, 1980. That's 44 years ago, isn't it? That's right. I left school 44 years ago. So if I left school 44 years ago when I was 15, he must have been, well, a conservative estimate. Let's say he was 45 at that time. Let's say he was 45 years old. So if you add another 44 years, he would be about 89. I mean, he must have been well into his 80s. So he did have a good innings. There wasn't an ounce of fat on him. I mean, he was obviously being a PE teacher. He was slim. He was fit. Not like some of the fat bastards that he was trying to get jogging. I.e. me. Aye. Yeah, aye, and also when there's people around you that you've known for years start dropping dead, you're just wondering when your number's up. That's all you've got to look forward to now, you know. Aye, once you start growing up, and then you become aware of the harsh realities of life. The harsh realities of life is death. And that's the famous saying. There's only 2 things in life that are certain: death and taxes. And that it could be a truer word. Snipers Alley. Well, it just makes you a bit morbid, you know, finding out that one of your old teachers has died. It does make you a wee bit depressed. You start thinking about things. But anyway, it looks as if Matt's going to return the favour here for Spectredawn's dry break. And this is what it's going to be. It is going to be cutthroat. Yeah, that's true. That's the only thing you get invited to. bloody funerals. So Matt edges back into the lead. Is he going to string something together? Or are we just going to knit backward and forward till eventually we are hill? Well, I think he's dry again. And of course, yeah, being dry, the worst thing that can also happen is you leave a shot in the one like this. I certainly wouldn't be doing that. I've made one thing sure. I've got enough money in the bank where if I end up a shitting and pissing vegetable, what's the name of that place over in Europe? What is it you call it? Because they won't have it over here. What do you call the bloody place again? Somebody will know the name that I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. They can lob me in a bloody back of a truck and send me over there and do the necessary business. Mind you, I'd need to write a will out so that would happen. Because I could be a bumbling, gibbering, pissing and shitting wreck and not be able to. Aye, that place, Dignitas, yes. Well, Spectredawn's doing a fair bit of thinking, and I think the thoughts that he's thinking is he's just simply got to get up either top side of the 3 or back down below the 3, and he's trying to get top side. Now the problem is he's no good for a bank. I mean, that's not sitting good for a bank, and he's got to come up with something by means of a safety or an extremely dodgy thin cut into the side pocket. I mean, that is so tight. I don't know what he's looking at. I presume he's trying to, I mean, for this to drop in the side pocket at that angle, you know, he's trying to nip behind the 4. Well, well, it's the pocket is there. Yeah, well, Matt will be happy that he got away with it. This is all because I mentioned that an old school teacher had passed away. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Oh, I'll get a copyright strike for that. Oh, there we go. Well, there's the first big mistake. Well, how many is this going to cost Matt? The scratch in the side pocket with a 3-2 lead at the moment. Now don't forget, folks, that if you fancy some cowboy, Larry will be playing Chiku at the top of the hour at 9 PM British Summer Time. The match could go on a good 3 hours. And I hope you enjoy it, because I'll see a bit of it. But I'll be heading to bed quickly. The guy off Father Ted died young. Dermot Morgan, I think his name was. He was only 40 something when he died. And Father Jack lasted a lot longer than him. So Spectredawn, odds on certainty to be 3 apiece here unless he scratches somewhere. But he might just drop this 8 ball in and leave the cut in the 9 unless he fancies running the cue ball. Yeah. And all is good. So remember also we have that hot seat match tomorrow night. It starts an hour earlier. It starts at 7 PM British Summer Time, 2 PM Eastern, 11 AM Pacific. That'll be the race to 19 with Albie and Cobra. This looks decidedly dry. And Matt has a shot on the 1. Now this is going to be tricky because of the angle he's got in the 1. And if he's going to draw off the 1, he's just soft touched it. Again, he's got nice control. And of course, a wide open table. It's only going to be a self-inflicted mistake that's going to prevent him getting out here. And he should be well away from that 7 ball. He should be nowhere near it with the cue ball. And there's a nice angle in this 5 just to dig in and draw up past that side pocket. Well, that was more of a stun and spin job. Nice angle though to leave the 7 into the side. I don't think he'll play it, so he's leaving it long. Well, Albinario, I think they're both, to be honest with you, they're both each other's nemesis, the two of them. I think it's going to be I would expect it to be a close match. It's just, it just depends how well Albinario's concentration holds up. Because Albie's staying power at some times tends to sort of wander. So Matt back into the lead. Balls have gone in. He's got a shot in the 1. Now he's going to have to manoeuvre this cue ball here, and I don't know whether he can. Let's have a look, because he wants. Yeah, he can. He's got to avoid the traffic, which he should, and get around. And he hasn't hit it again. Yeah, he hasn't really hit that. I mean, if anything, and he get down here, this is where he wanted to be. You know, anywhere down here, he's perfect. Where he is now is not perfect. And I wouldn't be hitting this too soft. But he's played it well, because the thing is, you don't want to leave it rattling over the jaws of the pocket. But he's played it absolutely stone dead perfect. And now that 3-9 combo gives him daylight. And again, ball has gone in this time though. Well, the bank is on. The gap is there between the 8 and the 3. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. It will bank past that 8 ball. I think he's got half a pocket if he fancies it. There might be no harm in having a go at this. The problem is he's not really going to have a shot in the 2 unless he makes that combo in the 2-4. And he also obviously has to see the 2-4. Oh, he's gone for the cut up the rail, and that is perfect. Absolutely perfect. Dead weight. Well, he made the 3-9 combo. You fully expect him to make this. It's going towards the jaw. No, Slim isn't doing the cowboy. I don't know whether he's doing my game. Whether he's doing my game on Tuesday night, but if you watched Friday night 9 ball last night, when it got to half past or to after 10 o'clock last night, you saw this. You would have heard the state I was in at that time. So Spud Boy's going to have all the advantage. I can assure you. I'll be half asleep, and I'm going to go to bed about 8 o'clock on Tuesday night, and try and get like an hour's sleep or so, and set my alarm to get me up. Well, there's another mistake from Matt, and he might have got away with it again this time. So that's 2 errors from Matt. Oh, you'll definitely see some crazy stuff. Stuff that you would never advise anybody to be doing in the cowboy. But I always like going for my shots. But as I said, you know, Spud Boy will have the advantage over me, I can assure you. It's just a question of whether he can take the opportunities he's going to get, because in cowboy you're going to get loads of chances, especially when, you know, either of you is into the caroms. If you're the chasing guy and you're chasing down the guy that's in the caroms, you've still got a fair chance in cowboy. Well, this has now become a vital rack, this rack, suddenly. And Matt's made a big, huge mistake there. I mean, he had to get a hold of the cue ball there. He must have seen that cue ball was heading for the scratch. He did absolutely nothing with the cue ball. Larry will be good enough at getting the points. Don't worry about that. The only thing I would worry about is whether he's going to get to the caroms before Chiku. I think I've said it all along. I can't believe that Chiku's going to be bad at the caroms when you see how he plays 3-cushion. I can't think he's going to be a disaster at it. So no, Spud Boy had a good league season, so he had a lot of good results in the leagues that we did there. But the thing is, I think that gave him more to focus on when he's playing for a team. I mean, Spud Boy's got to fancy his chances against me, because let's face it, and this is no joke, I only ever play cowboy on a Tuesday and a Wednesday morning, and sometimes I don't even get a game on a Tuesday or a Wednesday morning. My days off. You know, that's the only times I actually get to play and play doubles. Not any other time. So I don't have any table time whatsoever. Right, well, Spectredawn chasing down MC Clarkey, and there's been 3 mistakes from Matt, but the third one there was a terrible mistake. He must have seen that coming. I mean, he just looked as if he hit that plain ball in the cue ball straight into the corner pocket. I don't know why he thought it was worth taking a risk, thinking he was going to get away with it. No, I won't be doing it. I'll be saying that in my head. I'll tell you, whenever there's a sniff of a 3-railer, don't you worry. There'll never be a doubt in it. I'll be going for it. I most certainly will be going for it. Well, Matt may well live to regret that one. That could be painful, because that really was a huge mistake and such an obvious shot. To play that shot and cue ball straight into an open pocket with no change in direction at all. No, I've never seen him either. No. I've never seen him in the lobby. But everybody seems to think that he's this guy Regmont, who we've never seen since either when he was in that other tournament. Well, I think the reason he became the best player in New Zealand is there was no other bugger playing snooker in New Zealand bar him, as far as I know, because I've never seen any other New Zealand snooker players. This Rodney Uplonker guy's the one to keep an eye on. That's the one you want to keep an eye on, whoever that is. Because he blew away Woody 3 racks to 0. So Matt, back at the table, 5 apiece, bit straight in this 2 ball. Trying to get around behind the 3, he's managed to get there. But he's going to have to just sharpen his ways a little bit here, Matt, because these unforced errors that he's put in, they could end up being costly towards the end of the match. Well, he's got to make sure that he's coming up the table. Now, he doesn't want to go straight on this 6 ball. He wants an angle. I don't believe he's going to play the 7 onto the 8. That would be crazy. He's got to just punch this and get up the table so that he's down below this 7 ball. And I don't think he's getting there either. That is so bad. He's actually stunned at and he's not got enough spin on it. That's a terrible shot for a player of Matt's level. That really is poor. I never looked at the stats, Larry. That could well be the case, but I only went in the first rack, and first visit it was, what's his name, was on, he had a run of 49 straight off the bat, and then I went to bed, so I never seen any of the match other than that first visit. But I thought, well, this guy is no mug. There's no way he's just came online to play VP4 and he's a competent enough player. Yeah, that's the guy I took the piss out of. That was after he beat me in the Cowboy that night, and I'm looking at the bracket going, why the hell is this guy there? And then he had 2 bloody profiles in the tournament. Oh dear. Well, that's the first big mistake from Spectredawn. Well, Larry, what do you think? Do you reckon you're going to have to get to 90 before Chiku every time to have a chance? I reckon you do. Because I can't see Chiku being bad at caroms and on a Cowboy table, especially with it being a 10-footer. Well, somehow or other, Matt's found himself back in the lead here. And now, watch the cue ball, and the cue ball's dropped. That's a disaster. Had a ball in the break, and then the cue ball gets brushed into the side pocket. And Spectredawn. Now, do you see what I mean when I said this is going to go hill-hill? long before the match started. There's another name I've never seen before, Motor Control. What's the bet Steve turns up at 9 o'clock? What time is it? 25 minutes to go. What's the bet Steve turns up at night thinking this is when this match was due to start or something daft like that? I'm pretty certain he said the other night he was going to be here for this, but obviously something's cropped up or he's fallen asleep in front of the PC like I've done plenty of times. Oh no, who do you think won it? And Lex wasn't in the final anyway. I streamed it and watched it and I can't remember who was in the final. I just know that Spectredawn was in it and won it. Randomly joined and won it back to back, semi-pro. You forgot to mention. Oh, I think he's probably mainly an offline player. I think that's what he probably does. He's certainly never around any other time during the year. He only comes out the woodwork when the snooker's on. I saw a post on Facebook of some disability snooker event that was on, and Dean Reynolds was playing in it. And some of the older people will know who I'm talking about. Dean Reynolds was a professional snooker player at one time. I don't know why he's in this disability event. I never read into it, I never looked at the detail, I just saw the photograph. Hi, walking home from the pub. Now, you're going to have to remind me who Paul Dolaway is. In fact, if you're walking home from the pub and you're looking at your phone, watch out for that lamppost. Yeah, the snooker one should be next. Oh dear. Well, the one ball almost went in. The cue ball almost went in. And this is horrible. This is going to have to try and hit half of the one ball to try and get the cue ball at least to come out of there. Because he's absolutely no chance of getting on this two ball. Oh, is it Cobra? Yeah, watch that lamppost then. Well, Matt, I mean, speaking as somebody who's picked Matt to win this as an outsider, he's made far too many mistakes for my liking. You know, you can't be making. He's on for a handful of mistakes now. So he is. And yet he's still sitting all square, 6 apiece. Now, what's he looking at here? Have I missed something? Have I gone out of sync or what? What the hell is he looking at here? Oh, he's looking to try and kick the two. Well, I thought he could see an edge of the two. Maybe I got that wrong. Well, this is just again about controlling the pace of the cue ball off this bottom rail and up into the table for the three. That just needs to slow up. Only had one beer since Crimble, following Hugh's example. What example's that? Have I missed something in this conversation? Why is my name mentioned? What example am I setting? I must have been present when some sort of conversation. Well, I haven't had alcohol for I don't know how long. I mean, I don't go to pubs. I don't go out socialising. I just go home, go to bed, and then get up for work. That's all I seem to do. That I've been doing the last 10 years. I mean, I'll tell you a typical day for me, right? Here's a typical day in my life. Up at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Kettle on, amongst the ablutions, etc. Kettle on, telly on, watch a bit of the news, find out who's died, who's murdered who, on the teletext, stuff like that. Have whatever it is I'm going to have to eat, cup of coffee, or a cup of tea. Out to work about 5:05 in the morning. Arrive in Glasgow at about 20 or 5:25. Go to work, get home, get the telly on, get the kettle on, have a cup of tea, have a snack, fall asleep in front of the telly in the middle of the afternoon, no matter what it is that's on. It might be a film, it might be Magnum, because anything I watch in the telly in the afternoon is all the old stuff I've already seen. So it could be the Sweeney, it could be Minder on ITV4. I won't see it because I'll fall asleep in the middle of it. I'll wake up as the end credits are going up, and then it's ass about in the PC for a couple of hours, fall asleep in front of the PC as well, check and see what matches have gone live on the bracket, set up a live stream if that's the case, and then go and get my dinner. And if there's no live stream, it's then go to bed and then it all starts all over again. That's my life. That's a day in the life for me. Yeah, just it's the same thing. The only thing that breaks that up is looking forward to my days off. But now all I've got to look forward to tonight is the end of this match, bed, up at 4, and then I'm working from 6 o'clock till 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. And then I'll get home again, same thing, have something to eat, fall asleep, get dinner, and then get ready for the big match tomorrow night. So we're 7 apiece here, folks. We're going all the way. I've told you that. I can't see anything different. But I think the only concern I would have as my pick for the tourney is that he's not been behind yet in this match, really, to any extent. He's managed to sort of keep Spectredawn at bay, or hold on to him, whatever way you want to look at it. So he's got to be careful, because it is a race to 13. We're halfway home already. We've been on for 45 minutes. This cue ball's running up behind the 5 and 9 here unless he starts doing something, or he's trying to draw into the 8 or whatever. And that's the problem. He was always going to go near that 5 and 9. And now he's got no shot, so it's just a little dink on the 4. And hold that cue ball with the 7. And that will do. But if the closer that goes to the rail, the more likely it is to be kicked in. That 4 ball. In fact, where it's sitting now is a pretty good place to be kicked in from as well. obvious combo. So, well, this is, he doesn't want this 4 ball to finish right in the pocket. I think if I was Matt, I would actually be trying to just leave this 4 at some sort of angle here by cutting the 8 in at the edge. You see it, I mean, that's not bad. The only problem is the line that he might want to take off the 4 ball now could take him near the 7. Unless he wants to just chip it and try and miss the 6. Well, he's managed to draw it straight, so that's worked out fine. And he's now dead straight in the 5, so now you've got to take medicine and just get back out. I mean, he could just nip back to here and play the cut and run up and down for the 7. And now he's, well, again the cue ball wants to leak away. Now, the question is whether he's going to be brave enough to jack up and stun this in and hold the cue ball, or he's just going to let it run loose up topside. He's going to stun it in, and it never hit the sides. Well, now would be the good time to make a move by whoever, but in this case Matt's going to have first shout. Well, the match could be won or lost in the next couple of minutes here, and there's that pattern, first time tonight, so we need to check. Now a ball's gone in, no shot in the 1. Let's have a look what we've got here. Well, they're all well spaced apart, so the 2 ball goes into the side, it goes into the corner. But Matt's got more important things in his mind. Is he going to try and duck behind those 3 balls? He's going to be pushing the 1 over behind the 4 and the 7. And that's good weight. I like the weight of it. That's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. Now, there is a line off that side rail past the 7. I'm pretty certain there is. Just past the edge of the 7, I think. He's going the more open approach here. Now anything can happen here. He could hit the 1 and billiard the 8 in here with this shot. Oh, he got the double kiss, and he might be laughing here in a minute, because I think he's going to come up smelling the roses. He most certainly is. Well, Matt's got to look at trying to kick this 1 full in the face, and if he does, he can send it up the table and try and keep the cue ball there. He's got to hit most of this 1 ball to be able to have a chance of doing that. Well, I mean, let's be honest, that it could have finished worse. I don't think that's a bad outcome. The bad thing about it is that though. And now Matt is in trouble. And of course we know that the 2 and the 3 aren't a problem. There's no problem with them potting. And the fact that the cue ball is nailed, and I mean nailed, it is super glued onto that 7, that immediately cuts down a lot of angles and a lot of options, and I think he's only got the up and down to go here. Oh, that's a good hit. It's a good hit. Now, to pot the 1 ball up past that 7 and 8, the cue ball obviously wants to go that direction. That direction might not be that good for the 2 ball. That's the problem with that shot. Now, he's trying to drop it into the side for the simple reason that is at least he's going to see the 2 ball from this side. But this cue ball's going to leak away. This is tough. I don't think he dare do too much for the cue ball. I think he just wants to get the 1 to the hole. and stop the cue ball running away too far. Yeah, that was not easy. Welcome back to Cobra. Well, this is the make or break shot here for Matt. Just trying to hold the line for the two. Now, he could have done with finishing there, because that way he could hold straight off the two. He can still nick into this. He just doesn't want to do any bumping of anything. And now, this is the big shot in the rack. Big cut in the 3, he's going to be bumping the 9, he's going to have to try and spin off that, go to the rail and come out into the table. This might finish very nice. That has worked an absolute treat. Well, he's sitting pretty now for a 2-rack lead. Well, if he puts in a little 2-3 rack run here, that could really ramp the pressure up in Spectredawn big time. Nine, 7. Race to 13. And it looks dry. And what's more, again, Matt's left a shot. Now, looking at the cut angle in this one, the cue ball wants to go 2 rails. This could be trifling with the side pocket where the 7 ball is here, because the 2 doesn't go past the 8, or at least if it does, it's got half a pocket. So if he's going to go, let me get my line and get my line to work. If he's going to go off this one, go there, come there and go there, yeah, he's decided to leave the awkward cut instead. You see, this is where he wasn't prepared to take that risk, and he's quite happy to leave shots like this. Now, you know what I've said in the past, you know, you keep leaving shots like this, sooner or later you're going to run out of them. But he doesn't miss many, but this is tough. And again, right in the heart of the pocket, bumps the 8 and sitting very nicely in the 3. That was a great shot. That was an excellent shot. That took all the risk out of the shot I was talking about. Well, I don't know that that was the best shot he's played tonight. I think he was expecting to be a lot better than this. He's going to have to dig out another good one. Well, I think he's having second thoughts here about where to go. Well, he looks as if he's going the other way now. And again, right in the heart of the pocket. And that's 2 cracking recovery shots he's played. Admittedly, this time he's going to have to be the thin cut up the table. And he's got to then think about the cue ball again, because he doesn't want to just nip across. He's going to have to hit this hard anyway to get the pace in the 5 to get to the hole. So he's going to go 2 rails out into the table for the cut in the 6. And, well, I don't think it would matter if he bumped the 9 at all, but I think he should be well away from the 9. But he's got to get the cue ball running though, unless he's just going to leave this really awkward again. And then once again, that's perfect. Albeit He's just going to maybe catch some of the knuckle, is he? This is a bit... yeah, he's just caught the knuckle. And again, sitting reasonably good. Although, when I say reasonably good, he's a bit straight. Got a slight angle. Could spin it up table, bit of bottom, and yeah, watch the cue ball though. He's okay. Just okay. Well, now, if you're Matt, you're sitting with your fingers crossed, dreading what's about to happen. Matt's still got a 1 rack lead, but Spectredawn now is lining up his break again, where I think he's lining up with that window post there. And this is, well, the 8 ball went right around the angles into the side. Have you been watching any of that Q school? No, I haven't. I've looked to see who the players are, but I've not watched any of it. Oh, there'll be a good standard. I mean, there's no doubt there'll be a good standard. But there's a reason why they're in the qualifying school. They're not good enough. That's the problem. It's cutthroat to be a professional snooker player, so it is. You think about it, if you're a good amateur and then everybody's coaxing you to become a pro, you know, if you decide that that's going to be your means of making a living, and then you're lumbered with a wife and kids and a mortgage to pay, by God, you better be good. It's a tough business at the highest level in the professional ranks. It most certainly is. Well, Spectredawn has not enough of the 1 ball to do a great deal with it. Trying to use this 6 ball. And he has done. And Matt's got to give this a bit of a spin and a bump and just give it try and give it enough to be able to kick this 1 ball. This is tricky, because if you hit this too hard, you might not give it enough time to actually react. And I think maybe he was hoping something could happen with the 5 ball. I don't think that anything was going to go in off anything, but well, it's not finished as a gimme, and there's still the doubt that Spectredawn might not necessarily have a clear sight of that 2 ball, because the 3 and the 7 can get in the way. Well, I think, did I not read something about a 15-year-old boy being in that Q school at the moment? I read something somewhere, I can't remember where I saw it. Well, he's hit the 7. And, well, would you believe it? I did say that the 3 and the 7 could play their part, and they've just done it right now. He's going to try and edge the 2 and billiard the 7 in. Oh, he might be corner hooked. No, he isn't. Now he's going to try and just bump behind the 9. This is a wee touchy shot. You see he's overcooked it. And he's lucky. He is lucky. He overcooked that slightly, but he's got away with it. I was following that Luca Brissell on YouTube long before he became a pro, when he was still a young boy with hair. And he was making 147s in practice. Because, you know, the word gets around the snooker circles whenever there's a young talent coming through. You know, somebody that's maybe got the potential to get into the higher ranks. I mean, there's a lot of good club player level players that are in that qualifying school, but you know, most of them ain't going to make it. You've got to be very good to come through those ranks, and then of course it's a case of surviving and winning enough money, going further into tournaments to actually make a name for yourself. Well, Matt has the lead for the moment, and it looks though that Spectredawn is the one that's going to. Oh well, there's a big mistake. Big. That could be a huge mistake by Spectredawn. I don't know. I think because he was straight, I don't know whether he was trying to pinch in with a spin in the cue ball, but that is a big, big blunder from Spectredawn. He has blinked at the wrong time, especially when he's already one behind. Well, I could believe that. Aye. There's those videos will still be on YouTube. I was following Luca Bissell God knows how long ago. That's where I first saw his name on YouTube. Whether it was his dad filming him or whatever when he was at the table. I mean, God knows how long ago that was. That would be what? Oh, what, 15, 20 years ago? Might be as far back as that. But Luca Bissell's not the type. You can tell he's not the type of player that's ever going to change his game. He's going to play the game the way he enjoys playing the game, and he's going to win matches, and he's going to lose matches, and he's going to make mistakes, and people are going to get opportunities against him. You know, that's the story of his life. He's going to win tournaments. He's going to get in good runs. He's going to play crazy stuff, and you know, he's going to try and pot his way out of trouble all the time, and he should never change because that's why people like watching him. It's all very well being critical of, you know, the way he plays, but you know, if you're trying to be clinically great at the game, um, you know, you've got to play your natural game, and that's what he does. And I don't think you should ever listen to advice, because that's what the appeal is of watching the guy. He's either going to be brilliant or he's going to do silly stuff. Well, I'll be making sure I avoid that. The French Open tennis. The only next thing I'll be paying attention to is the Open golf. That's the only thing I'll be watching. Wimbledon as well. Wimbledon's next, and then it's the Open. And then believe it or not, it's the start of the football season again. The football season finishes in May, and then it basically starts where you've got, if you include the European games, you've got all the qualifications for the European tournaments that come up by the end of July, I think it is. Well, Spectredawn is back in touch again. He's back within one. Spectredawn trying to find this run of breaks to gain control of this match. Well, this is dry. Is the 6-ball going? 6-ball's gone. I think something else actually went in as well. It looked dry to start with, but the 2-ball has gone, and the 6, but no shot in the 1, and the 7-ball is going to be a 7-9 combo unless it gets bumped. Stan Moody, I've heard of him. Stan Moody's been around for a wee while. I've heard of that name. I don't know what he looks like, but I've heard of the name. In fact, tell a lie, he might have been in, was he not in the snooker shootout? He might have been one of these players that get invited to that snooker shootout thing. I might be wrong, but I think that's where I also seen him. I don't know. I can't remember what he looks like, but I think he might have been in that. I'm pretty certain he was in that. Right, Matt's back at the table. Now, like I said earlier, this 7-9 combo. And it's important that Matt gets himself good on this 5 ball so he can get to play the 7-9 combo. And I would suggest that that's not great. He's too straight. He doesn't want to pinch anything of this. Yeah, he's almost got there. So, this combo on the 9, and he can't send this into the rail too soon, and that's perfect. And now he's got the 2 rack gap again, and he's only 2 away from a showdown with the loser from the hot seat match. And this is looking dry as well. What about the 8 ball? And the 8 ball goes in, and he's on the 1. And I don't know whether he can just do a little chippy dink off this 1. I think it's too thin a cut. He can't do it. He's got to try and miss these balls and come back out and go on the 2. And that's almost well played. Now, is he going to get the rub off this 5 ball? Or is he going to hit the 9? Now he's got the rub off the 5. He's good in the 3. Oh, but now he's blocked to 4. He's blocked to 4, so now, well, he's looking at the line on the 4 and the 5, obviously. So he just wants to nip back off this 3. Oh no, he's trying to get in the short side of it. Ah, trying to catch me out, is he? Well, this is not perfect. He's going to hope that this cue ball stays away from the 5, and he has done. And now it's getting to the nitty gritty, because this is the one that will decide the rack. Getting around and onto this 6 ball and getting there clean. Well, Larry's match is underway. It's 9 minutes past 9, so when this is done, I'll be nipping in there for a little while to see how things are going, and then I'm heading out. I won't be staying for the remainder of that match. We'll just get a feel of how things are going and how it might take shape. But my prediction is Larry must get to 91st on all occasions to have a chance. Unless Chiku is exceptionally bad at Cowboy, and that I can't believe. I'll believe that when I see it. Well, Matt's on the hill, and if my prediction is to come true, Spectredawn's going to have to win the next 3 to take it all the way. And Matt's had a couple of balls in the break. The 2 and the 5's gone. The 1's gone into the side. He's got to think ahead though. It's going to have to be a 4-8 combo, and he might not necessarily be sitting that good in the 4. Yeah, this 6 ball's very much in the way really of where you want to be now. And he's got an awful lot more angle on this 3 ball. Now he's not going to do anything crazy here, is he? I think he is. Yeah, he's trying to do something crazy. And he's well, at least Spectredawn is going to have to make this. and have to get on the 4-8, but I don't know what Matt was hoping to gain there from that shot. He was obviously hoping to get a roll of the ball. Oh, now this needs to brush past the 6. And that's where Matt wanted to be. So now it's all in Spectredawn's hands. Finish off this rack, get back to within 2, and then get the break working. And we're going all the way. Well, the next break's certainly the biggest of the match as far as Spectredawn's concerned, because he must get a ball, he must get a shot, and he must run out. Couldn't explain it any simpler than that. Or, if he doesn't do any of that, he must keep it safe. Well, this is going to be a quick rack. He's got a ball, and look at where the 9 ball is. Right over the corner pocket. So the 1-9 combo is the order of the day. And just don't get carried away. You've just got to keep watching what you're doing with this cue ball. Because if he just cuts this and lets the cue ball run loose, anything can happen. And there we go. Well, that's exactly what you want when you're trying to get to hill. So here we go. This is the next biggest break of the match for Spectredawn. There might still be one to come. What the hell happened here? What the hell has happened here? Did you guys hear that? Am I out of sync? Is the stream still working? Did you guys hear what I just heard? Or have I suddenly had a brain fart? Did I not hear the balls breaking twice there? Somebody wake up and tell me. I'm getting out of the room and going back in because I think something weird is going on. Well, everything looks okay, but that was definitely weird. I thought I was falling asleep there. I'm thinking, right, the balls are broke. Why haven't they broke? Well, don't say I didn't tell you guys. I said to Bill right before any of the rest of you arrived, and Bill will be my witness if Bill's still there. I called it hill and Matt to win on a final rack decider, so I still might get it wrong. But I did say it was going to go all the way. And let's see if my prediction is going to come true. I don't like the way that Spectredawn is looking at this 7 ball twice. You don't need to look at that 7 ball twice. But anyway, it's gone in. Big. Well, again, this is the 3rd biggest break of the night for Spectredawn. And the last one. We're going all the way. And again, he's sticking to his guns. I'm sure he's lining up with that window frame there. See that window frame? I'm sure that's where he's lining up. And now that I'm sitting out, now he's trying to confuse me even bloody more. Because his cue's not straight for a start. Now that's lined up. Here we go. Aye, but I called it before you arrived. I've got proof. It's on the video. Go and watch the rerun. You'll see what I said to Bill before any of you arrived in the room. This is dry. This is dry. And Matt's on the 1. And the table's wide open apart from the 5. Which might have to be a 5-6 combo. And that's not a combo by any stretch of the imagination. So there could be trouble ahead here. So we'll give him the 1 ball. We'll give him the 2. And then he's got to get on that 3 and out of there from the 3 to the 4. The question is, does he thin cut the 4? And does he start running the cue ball to bump this 5 and 6? I'm talking about coming somewhere down there, cutting that 4 and running up here or running into that 5 and 6. Now let's see if that's what he's thinking. Or is he going to try and play the combo? Because that combo is ugly. You can't play the billiard from the 5 to the 6, it's too close. At least it looks like that from here, and it definitely doesn't look nice where it's sitting. Well, he's on a line where he can do what I'm talking about. Now, this could be a complete disaster, because if he gets the line wrong when he's trying to get up there, he could just go straight into the corner pocket and scratch. So let's see what happens. No. Well, he thinks he could billiard this in. I'm not convinced he can. It looks too close to me. He might prove me wrong. The commentators, I might get it wrong. Well, he did get it right. Completely right. It looked too close from where I was sitting. But what it does mean is that Matt, as long as he doesn't scratch in the side pocket here, because he needs to watch what he's doing. If he's just going to draw straight back or stun up. Yeah, he's trying to stun up. Well, this is in Albinario territory. This is like an Albinario 6 ball, except it's at the other end of the table. Oh, commentator's curse. What did I tell you? The Albinario 6 ball cut. And Matt has done exactly the same on the 8 ball. And it's Spectredawn that's going to go through. What a horrible way to end. And that's what happens when you don't get good on them. So Spectredawn, well, his name might be on the trophy now that he's got out of that hole. Because well, I think if you look back on the earlier part of the match, Matt's made 4 or 5 mistakes earlier in the match. And those 4 or 5 mistakes were in racks that could have all been his. And when you think about that, that's allowed Spectredawn to stay in touch for most of the match. Really, he was 2 behind, 1 behind, 2 behind, 1 behind. And so if Matt wants to know where he lost it, not necessarily there. He lost that in the earlier part of the match with those errors that he made. And that's the way things go. So, Spectredawn waits in the winner. You let me off bog time, says Spectredawn. Well, he did, to be honest with you. Matt had those mistakes early on, and that's where he lost it. That's what cost you in the long run. But, you know, fair play to Spectredawn. He just stayed in touch. He was allowed to stay in touch. So let's dive in here to Larry and Chiku and see how things are going. Well, Larry's taking my advice. He's trying to get to 90. Chiku may well have a good chance to get to 90 in this visit. So these are all races to 3 now. If they start sharing racks between one another, this could be a good 3.5 hour match. But you'd expect the racks to go reasonably quickly with players at this level playing it. Well, he's missed the carom. So Larry's got to be favourite now to get to 90. Now all he needs to do here is just nick this 5 ball in and come over to the right hand side, and he'll have a choice of two shots here. This is what you now if you're watching Coldest Pillow, this is what you want to be thinking when you're playing Cowboy. You want to give yourself the best opportunities. So he could do the force follow on the 5 ball, but he's going edge of the 5 to get to the 3. You could play that 2 ways. So the 1 ball's going to spot. Now again, if you put the cue ball to where, just beyond where the 1 ball is, if you put the cue ball to there, you're giving yourself 2 choices again. Now I don't know why. See, that there's the wrong choice. I'm telling you that straight away. Larry should have kept that simple. He should have just potted the 1 and rolled through, and from there he had 2 choices of carom shots, and that was not the right shot. First of all, it wasn't easy, and secondly, the easy option was there, and why Larry didn't see it has got me puzzled. Well, here's a common 3-railer carom shot. 1, 2, and he's missed it again. So you see, this is where I said that, you know, Chiku might get caught out by the fact that he's not used to this table speed. He's far more used to the rails on the carom table. And so, you know, Larry's getting opportunities here. And he's on 90 now. The problem now is he's going to have to play a 2. This is where you play the 2-in-1 shot, as I call it. Well, you can go 2 ways here. You can go that way and come across that way. And if you miss the 5, you can hit the 3. You could also went another option. But the option you take has to be the one that gives you the best chance of getting there and not scratching. Well, if you're in a good run, Monster, if you're in a good run, then you don't have to rely on 3 railers. You have to rely on 3 railers. I'll say that again. You have to rely on 3 rail shots to get yourself out of trouble, because you're not, you know, the balls aren't falling into line, or you're not getting the cue ball into the right spot, which I don't do most of the time. But you have to use the 3 cushion shots when you're trying to gently get out of a hole, which is why I use 3 cushion shots quite a lot in Cowboy. But yes, I agree with what Monster's saying. You know, you should be, if you're playing this game and you've got things tight, then the likelihood of you playing 3 cushion shots is fairly slim. Yeah, of course it does. Of course it does. And I do that a lot of the times. But then you've seen me do sensational recovery shots to get myself out of a hole quite a few times, and a fair share of disastrous shots getting out of holes. So that's what I'll be doing. I won't be changing my ways. Well, we'll see the end of this first rack, and then I'm off to bed. But Larry's got himself to 90, and Chico's going to get... See, there's a 2-in-1 shot. There's no way he played to that 1 ball. He played to the 3, but he got the 2-in-1 shot. And you've got to look out for them. You've got to try and give yourself the best chances of getting shots and putting the cue ball into a good line that can give you those opportunities. Now here's a good 2-in-1 shot. Larry's going to go the 1 to the 5, but you can go the 5 to the 3 to the 1. See, now he's got them spaced apart, so now he's got to work. So the 3 to the 5 is the shot, and you want to hit this full in the face, this 5 ball. You don't want to chip it because you end up potting it. Well, Larry might regret that miss, because I'm expecting Chico to get to 90 from this visit, and that's a complete disaster. Now, well, Matt, the mistakes you made were early in the match. That's where you lost it. You didn't lose it in that final rack. You lost it early in the match because you made those mistakes that allowed Spectredawn to keep on to your tail. You know, that silly scratch that you did where you were cutting the ball into this bottom left hand corner, you just let the cue ball straight into the other corner. But you made those probably about 4 or 5 errors early on in the match, and they all cost you racks at the end of the day. And that's why Spectredawn was on your tail for the whole match. You could have took it away from him early on. And I jinxed you in the commentary in that final rack, because I said you left the Albinario 6 ball cut, although in your case it was what, the 8 ball, but it was just an identical copy of the Albinario cut that he left himself, and he missed it as well, and he ended up losing. And surprisingly, it was to the same guy. It was Spectredawn that Albinario lost to. He ended up losing the match to him because of that one single shot in the final rack decider. But I jinxed you all along when I said you were a good outside bet to win the damn thing. So you'll get me to thank for that. Well, I'm very surprised that Chico's as vulnerable as he looks. You know, he's not a hot shot. I thought it'd be a hot shot once he gets the cannon. We'll still find out. You see, that was hit too hard for a start, because that cue ball could easily have scratched. I think he's a bit. He maybe plays a bit fast and loose like me. Maybe that's what he likes doing, and he's missed a. He's not taking enough time for a start, I'll tell you. He's in too much in a hurry to lose here, Chico. Right, now, what would I do here? Well, I'd be drawing straight off that 3 ball, punching it around the table and backing into the 5 like that, and hoping the 3 ball comes into play, which it might do. That's pretty good. That's exactly what you want to be. See, there's a thing you want to be thinking about doing as well, Coldest Pillow. Are you watching what I'm talking about there? You know, Larry sent that 3 ball around the table when he played the draw shot, because you're trying to bring balls back into play. You're trying to set up your next shot. Now this is dangerous. This is dangerous, but you want to try and come into the back of this 1 ball He needs to get the spin working. He hasn't got the spin on it. But he had the right idea there, but you've got to try and kick the back of that one. You don't want to be going towards the one because you're going to push it in the hole. But Larry's he's in good shape. He's on 95. And Chiku, well, he's got an easy carom onto the 3. And he's got another easy carom onto the 1. Now he's going to have to do the same thing. No, tell a lie, he needs a 1 for 90, doesn't he? Now, he's going to nick the edge of the 5 and go to the 3, is he? Or is he trying to stun onto the 1? Because that's going to send the 5 ball loose. Yeah, he's not got the touch on this table. He's caught well out with the pace in this table. Well, if you talk to somebody like BP Monster, he plays a like a 3 rail shot off the 3 ball and sends it around the angles and comes down and kisses the 1. Whereas I just pot the 3 ball and try and bring the cue ball down into the kitchen, so I've got a choice of 2 caroms. That's what I try. Some folk are crazy where they actually line the cue ball pretty close to the 1 ball and then bank the 3 ball and play a heavy draw to draw into the 5 ball. Some folk do that. But the sort of normal thing is just to pot the 3 and bring the cue ball up the table. Well, now it's anybody's rack here. Now Larry can stun along the rail here. And that 3 ball's tracking nice, but he might be hooked. Let's have a look. Oh, he is. Now, this is a good push through. If he just banks this 5, he's got to watch he's not banking the 5 to a pocket, but he can run forward here. He's just got to hope he's not banking it to a pocket, and he hasn't got out of the way. Well, you can't jump it because there's no jump cues in it. So that's that idea down the pan. Go and read the tournament information. There's no jump cues. You should have read that before you signed up. Well, now this is where the rack could end very quickly here if Chiku gets his act together. Now you play the double kiss off the 3. Well, you can jump with the play cue. Good luck with that. Oh, he just played the edge. Now it's leaking away. Well, can he get? You can send this 1 ball and draw with bottom right spin and spin into the 3. See, everyone's away apart now. Now it's been a lot harder, but there is a line off the 5 to the 1. You've just got to get that line off the 5 to the rail to the 1. And that looks good. That looks very good. And there's there's a line off the 1 to the 3. There's a line off the 3 to the 1. And that's completely misjudged. The only danger with the 3 to the 1 is, again, you're pushing the 1 towards the pocket. But that was a run of 5 from Chiku, so Chiku's still breathing down Larry's neck here. But this is going pretty much the way I thought it would go. You know, Larry has to get to the caroms and get into the caroms before Chiku does. And he doesn't want to be doing this and setting up a possible out. This could be hasta la vista time. This could very much be hasta la vista time, and that 3 ball sitting there for a 3 railer. I'd be playing a 3 railer at some point. That's like a red rag to a bull, that 3 ball sitting there. Watch the cue ball. Oh! Right. Well. Got to get the little stun in this just to get it running in the right direction here. Perfect. Well, that's went according to plan. Larry off and running. So guys, get yourself into the room. If you want to see the rest of this, you can give me an update on how things went in the rest of the match. But that will be it for tonight. Don't forget, we've got the hot seat match tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, depending where you are in the world. If you are East Coast in the States, it'll be 2 PM in the afternoon. If you're Central, it'll be 1 PM. If you're West Coast, it will be 11 AM. And that will be Albinario against Cobra, race to 19. And I will be there for that. I don't know whether Steve will be. I think he intended to be here tonight, but he obviously hasn't showed. So until we meet again, I'm off to bed. Very well done to Spectredawn. Good effort from Matt, but not quite enough. But is Spectredawn destined to win this 9-ball? Well, we'll find out. He's got 2 more matches to go, and good luck to him. So that is it. Take care, folks, and we will see you tomorrow night. I'll wish you a good night.